So you're looking at purchasing or investing in a property and wondering about where are some great areas to invest in. You would like to make sure that your eggs are put in a good basket and don't know exactly anything about many markets. Well, let's see what some cities have to offer. You may be very surprised at what is out there. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Moving to Milwaukee. I hope you're all having a great day. Today I'm going to continue my expose of other markets throughout the country from the interviews I did in Las Vegas back in February. Today I'm going to talk about developing neighborhoods in some cities, so if some of these places have seemed intriguing to you in my past videos and are thinking about making an investment, you won't want to miss this. So just to start off, I want to start with my market and talk about some neighborhoods that might be some hidden gems. So what is growing in the Milwaukee market? Many areas in the Milwaukee County are neighborhoods by the airport that are seeing significant appreciation, and homes listed are selling more than asking, even still just after a few years later when everything started to slow down. Morgandale and Alverno specifically are still climbing, but slowly starting to peak in today's market. And just south of Interstate 43, you have the Clayton Crest, Copernicus Park, and Goldman Park neighborhoods, which are growing and are the ones seeing rapid appreciation. Now, between all of these neighborhoods, they have quiet subdivisions, are close to the freeways and the city of Milwaukee, and the retail scene on South 27th Street, and not to mention, still very much affordable housing. The average sales price in the greater Milwaukee area is around $410,000. Properties in these neighborhoods are just over the $300,000 mark. So with that said, there are still opportunities available, and I would tell anyone to take advantage of this and go for a good deal if it's available. By the way, I'm your host, willl, the local real estate agent out of the greater Milwaukee and southeast Wisconsin area. If you're looking at Milwaukee as a new place to live or invest, give me a call. My contact info is on the screen and the description below, but I cannot help you out unless you give me a call. Now let's take a look at some hidden gems and some growing developments that are in some other cities throughout the U.S.
Now, any growing neighborhoods around the area or any like hidden gems, so to speak?
There are, yeah. There's a couple neighborhoods, kind of all over. There's one in north of Topeka. There's southwest and southeast. So, I mean, I serve the whole city. So I don't, but there's a couple neighborhoods in each little pocket that's kind of up and coming. Yeah, and then the center of the city is kind of revitalizing as well. So that's a good opportunity for investment properties.
Okay, very cool. Awesome.
Are there any growing neighborhoods around Scottsdale, Phoenix, Arizona, or any like hidden gems, so to speak?
Sure, yeah. So there are some areas of high growth and high potential. So for example, Queen Creek, many people may not have heard about it, or Northern Phoenix where the new TSMC plant is coming, the semiconductor plant. So those are like hidden gems which would be exploding in the next few years. Queen Creek has already exploded. So if you had bought it 3 years ago, you would have been in a great place right now.
That's very nice to know. Cool.
How about any growing neighborhoods or any quote-unquote hidden gems? Anything like that in the Houston area?
Growing neighborhoods, I think it's more of Houston as a city. It used to be like, hey, Beltway, like the inside the loop and then Beltway. And then now it's growing to a bigger Beltway. So those suburbs, big suburbs like Conroe, Rosenberg, like the suburbs that people didn't look into them before, now they're growing exponentially. Why? Because of affordability. Inside Houston, you're not going to get something decent for $300,000. You drive about 45 minutes out and you're getting a new construction for that price. So that is what I've been noticing, that the city is just growing in general, spreading out more. As for hidden gems, I always say I am biased where I live, Sugar Land. We have the top-rated schools, but also Katy has top-rated schools. Woodlands have top-rated schools, and these has been, like the three most desirable areas: Sugar Land, Katy, and Woodlands. So anybody that comes to me, because I help a lot of relocation, out of the 78, 52 came to town. Sure. Buyers that came from out of town. They literally 90% of them Katy, Woodlands and Sugar Land because of the high schools and desirability. So whatever price points you can get in those three different hidden areas.
Okay, great. Any growing neighborhoods or any sort of
quote unquote hidden gems?
You know what? It really depends on the buyer and their lifestyle, what they want. It's kind of crazy. Upper East, Upper West are on fire right now, which is not typical. But places like Murray Hill, Kips Bay, they are extremely slow. I think right now is an insane opportunity for somebody to buy in Chelsea or Flatiron because they haven't picked up the way that some of the other neighborhoods have so far. But they're amazing products and everything kind of circles around in New York and they'll have their peak again. So I think those are great value opportunities for buyers.
So we, like I said, lakes are such a hot commodity in our area, and it's a really big deal to know the lakes because obviously it depends, like why people want to be on the lake, why, right? And that's always the question is, do you have a family? Are you wanting to swim? Do you want to fish? Do you want a boat? Like, do you just want to look at birds? Because depending on those things, it depends on the lake you want to go to. I mean, you don't want to be on a lake where, you know, people are going 50 miles an hour on a ski-doo all the time if you just want to like look at birds. Because like I live on that lake, but also I like to water ski. So I can't do both of those. And so knowing that, obviously having that local person, the expert that knows the area.
Sure.
So growing neighborhoods, our market in general is growing. So
As a whole.
yes, there are new neighborhoods popping up all the time. We are moving east because we're running out of land. But as far as hidden gems, you're going to have to come down and talk to me. I'm not giving away my special secrets.
Ooh,
I know.
exclusive. But it does sound very interesting. And it's nice to know that the area as a whole is just booming for that matter.
It's booming, and we have, you know, variety. I think that's really, you know, that's why I can't give away the hidden gems, because it's, do you want a beach hidden gem, a golf course hidden gem, a boating hidden gem? You know, there's a lot of different types of living where we are.
And that's a good point too. Some people have different preferences.
Yeah, absolutely.
Makes sense. Nice. What about? Are there any growing neighborhoods or like any hidden gems, so to speak, in your area?
We do up in my area have some new construction that's on the luxury side that's coming in. I think that what we see as our hidden gem is our Southwest Valley. Goodyear has been developing, and that's kind of closer to California where we have a lot of folks moving in from. So they like the fact they're saving a half hour, 45 minutes on a drive. And that area had Microsoft interested in it at one point in time. So the development out there has just been super strong for the last few years, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
With all that, it just goes to show that there are opportunities throughout the country for many buyers. And it also shows that there's growth in many markets as well, and that one can feel some financial peace of mind when it comes to making a purchase, knowing that their home is in a good investment. And if you're more curious about these areas or somewhere else that I did not talk about, reach out to me today. I'm connected to many different agents that I partner with throughout the country and even the world. I have a first-hand insight into many different places and would be more than happy to connect you. If you like this video or found it helpful, hit like and subscribe at the bottom to stay in the loop for when I release new content. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next week.